Hello and welcome to Hanging with the PRO. I am your host, Machete, and this evening with me is Big Time Bosses. So, without further ado, Problems is going to intro the show like no other. Ready, Problems?
Yeah, I got you. Niggas be claiming they with it, but half of these niggas be bitches. Keep on cooking that thing in the kitchen, but none of you niggas be whipping. Niggas be claiming they shooters, and the streets they be toting them rulers. But when you see a nigga in the streets, ain't none of them toting them rulers. These niggas be getting at gangsters, and the streets they be folding like paper. These niggas be taking them giving for your body will let niggas tripping. Niggas keep posting these pictures, they trying to show off for these bitches. They posting these pictures with money. When you see him in person, they bomb me, claiming that they in the kitchen, whipping, messing up them dishes. They don't got a pot to piss in. These niggas be stupid, they dummies, claiming that they getting money. These niggas who live with their mommies. These niggas can't get nothing from me. These niggas be faking too corny. These niggas claim to be killers, cut to get money gorillas. Pressure was spice, my niggas. Pressure was spice, my niggas. Niggas be claiming they with it, but half of you niggas be bitches. Keep on claiming that they in the kitchen, but none of you niggas be whipping. Niggas be claiming they shooters, and the sheets they be toting them rulers. But when you say nigga in the streets, ain't none of you toting them rulers.
Say that there.
There we go, Problems.
I see you, Problems. That's an original now. Pick that up at the store. All right. Not right now. Not right now. Solid. I'm gonna behave. So we got a couple of topics that we wanted to swing past that these young men that's out here. The last few shows, I'm telling you, I've been outnumbered. Where the ladies at, yo?
Ain't none.
Why you gonna say ain't none?
They scared of us.
Scared of?
The men.
No.
Yeah, they don't come out at night. You see, it got dark out there. They only come out in the daytime.
So what am I?
You only out here at nighttime. You the only one. You might get it tonight. You might get it tonight.
You starting today or no?
Yeah.
Yo, Sock Brothers.
See, y'all keep.
You ever meet the Sock Brothers?
Excuse me. Say my name again. Say my name again. Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right.
Ain't nobody scared of you, Machete.
You don't have to be scared.
Yeah.
Just be aware. Be aware. Right. Be aware.
Mm-hmm. I like that lipstick you got on, girl. I like that lipstick. Look, you're popping that thing. Your lipstick's popping.
My lips stopped. All right, I'm gonna stop.
Right.
All right, but so
I better drink with you, bud.
Cheers.
What you got, milk in that thing?
That's what he said.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, which one of these topics we gonna swing past first?
Your topic.
Yes. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go around and we're gonna introduce ourselves, or you can introduce all of your team and point them out. Which one you want?
All right, we the Southwest chapter, big time bosses, man. Auto truck club. You know what I'm saying, in Philadelphia, man. We try to do little things and give back here and there. So these are some of the guys that's, been doing a great job following me. I'm the president. This right here is Problem right here to the right side of me. We got
Excuse me, President.
Yes.
What's your name?
Out of Pocket.
Oh, all right.
So because my name is Out of Pocket, I may say some things that may out of pocket. I might do some things that's out of pocket. But that's what Out of Pocket did. So get to know me. But I'm going to introduce each one, or I can let them introduce each one, whichever one is for. Matter of fact, I'm going to let them say a quick, brief word or whatever, of who they are. Okay. I'm going to start right here. Start right there.
My name Problems.
Why is your name Problems?
Because I'm a problem in
well,
every aspect.
Problem. That's all I need to hear.
He got problems.
Dark skin.
My name K9. I'm from the Southwest chapter. You feel me?
Wait. Your name K9 because you're a dog?
Yeah.
I do dog things.
Ain't no doubt. Especially when he started humping.
I almost lost my liquor.
I know you did. I know you did.
I almost lost my
Slide the
liquor.
next act. Let me just have.
I'm Ransom, Vice President Southwest Chapter.
Hey, Ransom, what it is?
Getting all that.
Therapy. What you a stripper? Listen, everybody has their own kind of therapy. I would just
Therapy is basically a person that can help with a mental level to get back to your physical. Yeah.
Oh, so you trying to
need a
be
little
inside my
therapy?
head?
You need some therapy.
Not that kind of therapy.
You need
mental. He therapeutic.
I said, was you a stripper?
Do you have back pain? If you have back pains, lower back pain, that's the one to call.
What you a massage therapist too?
He does it all.
All that foot massage and all that. You want to play footsies?
You want to play?
So don't think everything he say pertains to that person.
No, we playing footsies. Yeah, you want to play?
Turn
footsies?
the mic to your face. You ain't got to Jill Scott it, but get a little close. Nobody's safe. Stop.
Right.
All right.
I'm the quiet type anyway.
You the quiet type.
You brought condoms
Wait, what?
in case it get crucial.
What?
There's only one person in here, so we'll never know. This the Sock Brothers. We don't win nothing but our socks.
Here we go.
You
better get to that topic, girl.
Where was y'all when we had Battle of the Sexes? So I know y'all coming to the next Battle of the Sexes.
You sure they want me to battle the sexies?
No, what us there?
Well, the men lost last time, so what?
We put Southwest put on.
So we better take it out on you now.
Listen.
Your lipstick's popping.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't come for me, okay?
I ain't coming for you. You don't say that word. I almost messed up right there. Don't come for you. Oh my goodness. Get that nasty stuff out your mouth.
What happened?
Get that nasty stuff.
You said pull the question out my cup? That's what you said?
I wouldn't care what you did. Just do it the right way, boo.
You want it slow?
I don't care how you do. You can get it fast, slow, medium, side to side. Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna start off with a question.
However you like it.
Right.
Oh, what's that question?
What did it say? Do you have baby on you?
It's easy questions.
Right, but that was the exit stage left question.
Did you come with one sock?
Right.
Wait, what?
Do you like one sock on and one sock off?
If you in my room, you totally naked. Now, how about that?
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
Right.
See, I said you. If you have a shoe fetish, I would have shoes on.
Right.
What I said was, you're totally naked. If you have a shoe fetish, I got plenty of high heels.
We're totally naked with handcuffs and lose the key.
Lose the key.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my handcuffs is Velcro.
Right. Our handcuffs is can't.
He didn't get it out.
Leave that alone.
He's stuck.
Right.
My handcuffs is Velcro.
Right.
No evidence.
What's that joint on?
All right. So the question is, will you guys let their lady put their finger in your bit?
Hell no. type of damn question is that?
Let me tell you, for a broad to even ask you something like that, she got the wrong guy. Not big time bosses. We ain't into that.
He said no. Everybody said fuck no. Fuck out of here.
I wouldn't even stick. Hold on. We wouldn't even stick.
Players like that's
I wouldn't even stick my finger in her head. Right. And the reason why I wouldn't do that, I just don't like stinking shit.
And That shit nasty.
Especially if it got peanuts on it.
I so just died.
Right. And don't let her have the runs. If she got the run, you don't be like water.
Don't let her slip up and fall.
Because this wasn't a question.
Right.
What's that? Tight down tight.
It say done. See, that's not a question.
Man, I like this already, man. I'm just glad to be here today, man.
So you
No, I'm not doing that. I'm the only one here.
What's that?
No, I'm the only one here. It won't put me on the spot again.
Right now,
Again.
the sisters,
Again.
she's pulling some questions out of the
This
the
is
cup.
not a question. Will you tell them this not a question?
Oh, she trying to
this
answer
one
some
right here
questions
definitely
based on
not.
what's in the
I
cup,
don't even know
man.
what the hell they say.
Hopefully she
Exactly.
pull out
It's
some
not a
good,
question.
some good questions.
It's really not a question. It's not a question.
And whoever wrote that shit need to go back to school.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Have you ever had sex on or with someone on the red carpet?
No, we did it on a brown carpet.
What?
On a brown carpet. My carpet.
Excuse me. The question just flew over your head. It's a
Both of y'all wouldn't hear.
on the period is on.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
my baby.
Now, listen. Ho. Listen, we like to keep it real at the same time. Sometimes a lot of these sisters out here, they run in there and try to dab and block until it ain't nothing running for a minute till the motherfucker put that in there. Then they find out that it's on. Oh no, you knocked it on. You know what I mean? You don't even try that one time. Don't you ain't never tried. Oh, you knocked it on. I said, ho. How I knock? No, I ain't knocked nothing on when I ain't feeling that.
Hey, your problems.
She talking about you knocked it on.
Hey.
Now, this dark one here. Now, if it's dark in there, late at night or whatever, you don't know. Dang, this thing wet and all along. You know what it is. It's the red carpet. You know how y'all girls ride. No, cut the light out. Cut the light out. Oh no, you knocked it on. Soon I spent all this stuff on the counter here. Oh no, you knocked it on. You's a goddamn lie. You know how y'all ride. Look, show them the look. Show them the look.
Ain't no y'all.
Show them the look.
Ain't
Look,
no
Machete.
y'all.
Just show them the look.
Ain't no y'all.
Who did it before?
Ain't no y'all. I know my cycle has come on after I done did some shit.
She gonna tell how it came on.
Excuse me. And I'm telling you, it has.
You don't know when it's gonna come on sometime. It could be a day late. Somebody can knock that thing from the back. They hold their head like that there and they ride. And then they moving like a wave and all that. The next thing you know, you get to thinking you squirting and all that. You know what that is, right?
Problem.
You know what that is. You thinking that you squirting and all along, it ain't no squirt. That thing is red as this cup head. That thing like the cup head. Come on, bro. You know what it is. Don't front on us. She know how them girls ride. You better get another question.
Next question.
You know y'all girls give it up with that thing on and act like y'all ain't got done nothing. You only
Why
first
you
of all,
blaming it on me?
look, they're running it. Listen.
Why?
Look,
that first off, why you
get
blaming it on me?
'cause listen.
You can't give me all of these thought pockets issues.
No, the broad act like this. Listen.
Keyword.
Listen.
That broad.
The broad act like, hold on, bro. I need to use the bathroom before we do something. Okay, go on in the bath. She go drop a little Kotex in there, drop a little maxi pad in there, drop a tampon in there, and come on. Oh, I'm ready, Bill. Oh, you knocked it on.
Wait, what? That sounds like nasty to the 12th power.
You know what kind of girls out here when they want some of that.
Excuse me,
when
you
they
talking about thought
I said
pockets?
some of them girls.
Thought
I didn't say
pockets.
all of them. You know how some of them girls, when they want this
Listen.
thing, they want this thing as long as this mic. Just look at this mic. Shit. Look at the mic, Machete. Mic. Look at that nut, man. Can you imagine somebody getting that one that shit? Damn right they gonna act like it ain't on. Machete meets out of pocket. How y'all doing? Machete meet out of pocket.
The juice in the corner. Problems. They want you to
slide that juice over.
No.
You can pass it this way.
Okay, hold on. Now, she know I ain't lying. You know I ain't lying, right?
Listen, you might not be lying about some people. Okay?
Right.
That's all fine and dandy. But fuck out of here. Don't make no damn sense.
You know, a whole lot of people get biscuits with jelly.
A whole lot of people get biscuits with jelly.
Yeah.
Can you pull that some more? Thank you. I'm not talking about him. He's smoking on them pine cones.
You want to put
Damn, you smoking pine cones?
Bull, you need to pull another topic out of there.
He said you don't see no pine cones. You want to pull one out of here?
I think we all should each pull one out. Why you being shy?
And then we're gonna go to the topics for which you sent me. What is that?
Yeah.
You ain't even gonna read it.
I'm gonna let you read that one.
Bondage. How far will you go? Nipple clamps, ropes, zip ties, etc., etc. Mr. Here.
So I can like what I'm like what I do to a female or
Excuse me. It said, how far will you go?
and I ain't gonna like only way I let a female tie me up is if I trust you. Like and I ain't talking about like tie me like I ain't okay, you can tie me. I want to get tied to the bedpost. And like you just like you know what I'm saying until you I want you to be cry like a baby. You're
He said, make me cry like a baby.
Just
you want to get spanked on the butt?
listen, just slap on this
on the
joint
butt.
great. Like I'm tomorrow, nah, stop. I can't do nothing. Listen.
He said he got trust.
But that's the only thing.
What's the
Listen, the only
You want to get spanked like a little baby?
Whoa. Ain't none. Ain't no. Ain't none of that whipping shit. I'm
Put the
talking
little
about, like,
baby to sleep.
Excuse me,
said-
this is bondage.
I ain't with all that shit.
Excuse me.
Oh, no, I ain't with all that
question
shit.
was bondage. How far will you go? Nipple clamps, ropes.
No, I ain't
zip
with all that.
ties,
Both sides of the bitch
etc.
do is tie me up. That's it.
He said you can handcuff him to the bed.
And just,
She running down on him.
I just listen. Tie me up to the bedpost. Chew me up all crazy. Ride this joint. Can take the fuck the soul. Suck every goddamn brain cell out my head. You hear me?
And they take a knife and cut symbols on your chest and all that.
Yeah, she might do that. They might do that.
Bondage like shocking. No.
His name ain't problem. His name Freaky
Wait,
Boy.
speaking of mic.
Nephew, ho, nephew. I'm gonna try to save you a little bit, but I want you to imagine. Imagine this girl tie you up and all that. She a nice girl. She built trust with you and all that, and she tie you up and everything. And then the third, and next thing you know, when she pull her panties off, she got a ding-a-ling. How you gonna get out of that?
Damn, you about to let a trainee run down.
So think about
Why you get so serious?
Look at his face, though. Look at his face, though.
you know, and she get to talking about she
Look
gonna
at
smack
look
you
at
in the
his
face
face,
and all that.
though.
No.
Look at his face,
Why you
though.
quiet?
Don't do that to my folks, man. Don't do that to my folks. Ain't nobody gonna do please be tying up my spine.
So basically, you saying
They ain't
that?
tying up
Wait,
my
hold on. You saying basically, by the time you didn't allow this female to tie you up,
You don't know what it is.
excuse me, let me finish my statement. This female tie you up. You trust her. You done built this bond with her, but you ain't never seen her naked, and you gonna let her tie you up on the first day?
That's a problem.
That wouldn't happen though.
That's a
What
problem.
happened?
Feel me?
Problem.
That wouldn't happen. See, listen. Oh, let's correct this whole situation.
It took him 40 minutes to try to collect this situation. I just want to
No,
point that out.
because the only
Put
way
the
I'm
weed down.
listen, like my girl, right? So like I like
Oh, your girl name.
yeah, like I'm
This
I'm
is
a real
girl.
nigga. I'm a real nigga. I got a
Yeah.
wife, and if they,
Tie you up, that's cute.
you feel what I'm
He
saying?
didn't say his wife was tying him up. He said his girl was tying him up. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, my
They're
girl.
the same people.
I let my girl tie me up.
Machete.
Yes.
What if you tie somebody up? What you gonna do?
Ask me no questions. I tell
What
you
you
no
gonna do when
lies.
you tie something up? You never
Eh.
been tied up?
Have I been tied up?
Yeah.
Maybe.
What you do to your legs,
You want to
Victor?
get tied up there?
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Put Machete on live TV up
No,
there.
sorry, that's not something that's gonna happen.
Show me the look. You know how to.
What's the look?
Let me see. Let's put this microphone up there. Let me see. No, I don't think you get the whole mic, dude.
That one drink was too much for you.
That one drink was more than enough, dude.
That
What
one
they say?
drink.
One.
Get back in that room over
Right.
there.
You know what I mean? Just try. Just do like this one time.
Nope.
See if you,
No.
come on,
No.
come on. See if you put a
No.
little lipstick on it.
No. No. Some things is left outside the
And
community.
you got some nice shaking rattles and rolls. Is them
They
di-
that
is them-
seemed to be the topic every time we come in here.
is them dice you got there? Right there.
No.
What
You
is
ain't
those?
crapping out.
Right, you ain't crapping them. Them all sevens, Bill.
You real lucky every time, huh?
Mhm.
Oh, and you co-signing?
Right.
That's my
You don't
president.
even have your name on your vest.
Don't worry about it. It's,
'Cause I ain't get it yet.
it's on there mentally.
It's mentally.
Yeah. Let me put something on your chest, Bill.
Nope.
It's gonna say big time
Nope.
boss out of pocket.
Nope.
Take a sip, Bill.
Sit it down.
Go on, get a
Why
sip.
you co-signing?
Go on, sip that thing, Bill.
Yo, just sit it down.
Come on, sip that thing. You don't know what to do.
This
Look, you got look.
Look, you confused, huh?
I'm not confused. You co-signing like a motherfucker. I'm about to
Look.
say Dick riding Obama.
Big
but
time.
no.
Look, big time.
Oh, big ride over there.
Big time bosses, Machete. We ride. You know what I mean? You ready, Bill? What you wanna do at the
couldn't
show?
wait to come on here and start your shit.
What you
could
want to do at the show?
You ready?
You like breakfast? You like eggs and steak?
Yeah, I like eggs and steak.
Well, you won't get none tonight, goddamn.
Yeah, I like eggs and steak. He said, "Pass the cheek chin
I
chong."
like your glasses, Bill.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You want them to get foggy?
You just can't.
No, I'm gonna stop. Let me cut it then. Big time bosses with Machete. Radio. Y'all know what it is.
No, you gotta say egg.
I said, "Hey, radio." You
No,
know
you
what it is.
didn't.
What? Hey, you want to?
You went like this.
You ever been turned into an egg, Bill?
No.
You
Won't
ever
have
been
you.
spread it like an egg?
Ask me no questions. I'll tell you no lies.
You ever been spread it like a capital A?
Why you starting?
Front one's or backwards. It could all be an egg, Bill.
Why you starting?
Go ahead and get a sip of that thing.
Maybe I shouldn't have gave you my drink, huh?
Maybe you shouldn't have gave me none of that thing the last week.
That wasn't me.
Oh, that wasn't you?
No, I must have been in your drink.
In your dreams, Pedro. In your dreams.
Must have been.
Big time bosses.
All right, so let's get to your topics. Ready?
Yes.
Which one to talk about?
You.
Your topics. No, I'm not on the table.
I'm gonna talk about you, Bill. I mean, how to treat a female.
All right, let's go. How do you treat a female?
Tonight is you want to start tonight?
Let's go.
Huh? You want to start tonight, Bill?
Let's go.
Well, you like steak and eggs?
I just told you, yeah.
Cookies too?
Oatmeal raisin.
I gotta give you something sweet after you eat some meat. Yo, stop it. No, I'm serious. You can't be lying.
I
Be
got
serious. At that Fiji, I gotta make sure you get, little dessert. You don't want no dessert?
see right.
Mm-hmm.
The way you're set up, the way you are set up. Not everything you say is everything you say.
I want to make sure you eat as much as you can eat. As much as you can eat. And then I want to give you a little something sweet to top it off. Right, I'm on the topic. I want to make sure
Yeah.
you get
You
something
on your
sweet.
topic. Let's get on the road.
Right. So let's
You know
talk
what?
about how to treat females.
How do we treat females, man? How do we treat females? We throw dirt at them, throw rocks at them, throw bananas at them. Right.
Wait, what?
How we supposed to treat females? How do you think that a female should be treated, sis?
Me personally?
Yes.
With royalty.
With what?
Royalty.
Okay. Royalty.
What if you don't deserve it?
I can't speak about other people. Not now. See,
It's in general. we speaking, right?
he said, "How should a female be treated?" And I said, "With royalty, you teach people how to treat you."
Right.
So, in every meeting, everything always starts off the same,
Right.
but characteristics teach you how to treat people. That's not what I'm saying. You asked me how should women be treated? Women should be treated with royalty. Not every woman deserves royalty because not every woman even knows what that even looks like. But that's not what I'm saying. But
She never probably experienced in her life.
I think you should still give it to her because it's something she probably never experienced in her life. So that's my look on it.
I can understand that.
And but if she turn around, and act all uncivilized,
Let
keep
me
it moving.
let me try
That
to
don't mean you got that don't mean you got to treat every female you come across. with
let me
disrespect.
let me
That's why I say you let them walk out.
let me try to
Let they self treat.
Nah, you just don't
and that's
deal
what
with
I
them no more.
said. Everyone teaches you how to treat them.
No, I don't
Treat them like you would
I
treat
just
your
don't
mother.
feel that way.
all right, let me
Now, I can
let me
understand that.
Or your grandmother. If you say, okay, I want
How any
if-
woman that means something
to
to
you,
you.
right.
all right, but let me try to share my little testimony, and then we might can share a little bit better to the seriousness of some things. Now, here we go. I just did a amount of time. I just did 15 years, right?
Okay.
I came home in 2015, right? Prior to going to prison, women was treated different. We took care of our women. We made sure they paid our rent. We made sure they had clothes. We made sure they had jewelry. We made sure they had furniture. We did a lot of nice things. We talking about in the 90s, early 90s, 80s. You know what I'm saying? From when I came home this time in 2015, after doing 15 years, I noticed that now majority all my friends and buddies and stuff, when they dealing with females, they arguing about every little thing. Females, Machete, is you hearing me?
Sorry. Yes.
Nowadays, that in relationships, women are arguing about every little thing. The man don't do this. The man don't do this. The man don't do this. Women is helping their men. They, and they feel like if they help you out now, they want to boss you around. And all. I think that nowadays the women is a little bit different. They more stronger than how they was, because back in the day they was living off of welfare or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But nowadays, welfare made people go out and get jobs and work at the correctional centers and
more
stuff.
self-sufficient. Women.
Right. It's
All right,
more
so
sus-
out of
But
pocket.
now,
On that note, can I speak for the females in my age bracket?
yeah, go ahead.
Now, the females in my age bracket, you feel me? They look at all the little rap little chicks like Mega Stallion, Nicki Minaj, and all of them. And now every little chick around my age talking about nigga where the bag at and all that. You feel me?
But
It's nothing wrong with you mean treating a woman to certain things. You feel me? Like going out to eat or any of that. It ain't nothing wrong with that. But like you feel me? When you first came at a woman, you feel me? The first thing she'll say is, "What's your pockets looking like?"
Not necessarily, bro.
But hold
Not
on,
necessarily.
hold on for 1 second. Now listen, when I'm telling you, when I go back to years later, it was a time when money was more different on the streets, even with the street hustler. The street hustler might make 30,000 in a day, when nowadays you might only make $1,000. So back in the day, you was able to take care of your woman a little bit. She had bangles, she had hoops, she had onyx jewelry, she had everything. We gave out thousands of dollars, baby. What you need? 500 was nothing to give a woman back then. Nowadays, some of these jokers they might only give it $30 in a perk, or a double G, or Zanny, something like that. It was totally different.
You
He
feel me?
said-
But that's how the females look.
He said $30 in a perk.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how some females. That's how some females
So-
take their payments
So,
nowadays.
right, that's how they take it. But
Give me
now,
$20.
but
All right,
now,
I'm sorry.
but you also have women. You also got strong. You also got women at work. Then the majority of the women, they have their own houses.
Right.
So, and then when they find a dude, they think that, well, I'm gonna play off my house to work the dude that's in the streets, and that don't play out the way it need to play either. A lot of times, what need to be happening is everybody got to bring
Something to the
they
table.
think to the table. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be equal. I think that a woman should have her house and a man should have her house. And I think and they can rotate whatever house they live in. But I think that because when she mad at this dude here, he got to get the fuck out.
Yeah, and
When the
that's-
dude mad at this broad, she got to get out.
and like the
And
crazy
people
part is,
need to have
But see, it's not like that. Right now, it's not like that. Right now, especially being though it's wintertime right now, everybody is boo loving so they can have a place to stay because they ain't got nowhere to go.
until that nigga get on her nerves, he want to be underneath
Yeah,
her
well,
too
you
much,
know-
or she want.
Excuse me, even if he get on his nerve, get on the, no. Like real shit. Like real shit.
I done witnessed it too.
Is
He gonna take that verbal abuse and stay there.
listen, I'd rather be here with you calling me all types of
A fool.
not niggas, not strong mans,
Right. Role reversal.
so that I don't have to sleep in my car.
Role reversal. He done
Wait, I ain't got a car.
He done became
No, but sis, you gotta realize sometimes women find somebody locked down for the winter where they can eat all night, they can eat the ham up all night, they can get hit all night, knowing that nigga ain't going nowhere. You know by the summertime he gone.
Listen,
He gone. Now, if they can get a dude, that can bring some money in when they come in, you know what I'm saying? That's
but you
cool.
know something? I was out and I heard this guy talk about some. Oh, if she ain't gonna do this, that, and the other for me, I'm like, what? The roles have been so reversed that it's unbelievable right now.
Yeah.
Like, I have children.
Right.
I'm not taking care of no grown ass man too.
Sometimes a woman got to teach a man how to be a man.
Listen, it's not for me to teach you how to be a man. You're supposed to be coming and trying to protect me, not me protecting your
But
ass.
then at the same time, you feel me? Some of us that was growing up never had the father figure. We was always raised by a bunch of females. So some men can't step up to that man role.
Listen, there have been a few good men that have been raised by women who put men in their lives to show them how to be a man.
Yes.
Like, and there have been women that not only taught their young male children to be strong men. Look, don't let a woman do X, Y, Z, Q, or W, but it's all in how you teach them. These women out here, they're so oh, you got to do this, and they got their sons trying to be this, that, and the other, that you got so many young men that's being brought up by women that's turning out more feminine than this. I've seen so many men in the community talk more shit than women talk in the community. Like me being from an older generation,
Right. Mm-hmm.
I'm not used to men talking more than the women. Like, why is it that my name is in your mouth and you in Jersey?
Right. Well, let me ask you this.
You
sis.
trying to find out about me, but you're not asking me. The only way you're gonna get the information you want to know about me is ask me, because I'm machete all day long.
Right.
Don't ask somebody else about me. They're gonna tell you some hearsay.
Well, let me ask you this one question.
Go right ahead.
Why is it? Let me ask you this. Why is it that in every household it's 5 baby daddies to 5 kids? Let me try to elaborate on based on that question. What I'm saying is I try to go into the past and the present. Back then, people was good people. You know what I mean? They knew what it was like to make a family.
But see, here's the thing, right? When pass the damn chocha
That's
over there. All right, I'm gonna stop.
Not bien, cabrón.
He's sending the flag plays and everything. Pass the shit. You coughing on it. He wanna cough
Yeah,
on it.
pass that shit. Problem.
Damn.
That's why you're a fucking problem.
Chief Keith.
Problem. That's why you're a problem.
All right. So, all right. Why there are 5 fathers and 5
To every
kids?
household all across America.
Because the first baby daddy was there, and to provide for, all right, so I'm gonna go way back, to provide for his family because he can't get a job because he's a black man. He was selling this shit on the corner and he got caught up and he went to jail, and she ain't want to keep putting money on his book, so she got the next man to take care of her and this kid, and then she got pregnant by him and he did the same shit and ended up in jail with the other baby daddy, and then she did the same shit.
I think this is what I think.
Sling your rock.
All right, like man, why jail gotta be the first thing?
No, but this is what I
9
think.
out of 10 of our black strong men are where?
In prison.
So why you ask me that question?
But that's only because their education was the wrong way. I'm a strong black man.
Can I say something? Oh, wait.
And I bet you taking care of your kids. That's not what I'm talking about. He asked me about other people.
No, unfortunately, the problem about that is I don't have it. That's great, actually. But it's just on the point, though.
No,
I
but
took care of other men's kids.
Oh, can I say something about
why you
you
ripping the
said
mic like that?
my fault? Cause
You're smooth right now.
as
Did
I'm
you
being-
pass it? Give me
No.
some. Give me.
You smooth. No,
Give me.
He smoked that whole shit.
All right. Now, he ain't past the tree, so we don't get the mic. Now, this is what I think, sis, and this is on some real stuff. I think that a lot of times that when a woman is in a relationship off the rip, and sometimes the relationship don't go the way they had, and they have so many ups and downs and all of that stuff, and when that relationship is over, they start to try to look for better relationships and get caught up in looking for the first love and that first type of relationship, and it don't always work that well. Next thing you know, they got 5 kids and they trying to figure out, damn, how did I mess with this thing, when they be chasing people and chasing love, and they get caught up. I think that nowadays that people are just starting to come back. You know what I mean? We just had a black president. You know what I'm saying? We just seen that we just won the world champion with the Philadelphia Eagles. I never thought that I would live like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And people are starting to come back to realize that, hold on, you got a lot of families that's not dealing with families until the holidays and Thanksgiving and Christmas. Like I just had a Thanksgiving. The family didn't get together as a whole until Thanksgiving, and some people didn't even show up because they had their own family. If you don't come here, I don't mess with you. If you don't come here, I don't mess with you.
Right.
I think that we done got so far off a track with families and values and the way that we treat one another
Absolutely.
as a family, and even with the women. The reason why I said that this is why the women is so important, because the women is actually the people that when I don't know something, I go to my woman. She argue all day. The women argue all day nowadays. You don't do this, you don't do that, and they be trying to just get you to just do what they need you to do.
Absolutely.
Like they run the man and all. Let me tell you what I tell my woman. I don't wear no motherfucking panties, and I'm not fucking.
You don't wear the lace panties?
Fuck no.
Uh.
I don't wear the panties, and at
You
the
said you wear Speedos.
and at the end of the day, right, I'm the man in the house. So my job is, like just yesterday, it's the first of the month, right? Today is the 4th. Just yesterday, I made sure that motherfucker I paid that rent. You know what I'm saying? I got a son that's incarcerated. I made sure I went down to Robert Gamber and paid his lawyer. You know what I'm saying? I made sure I paid for little stuff that I'm supposed to pay for at the crib.
Right.
Then I can live comfortable the rest of the month. You know what I'm saying? Then a woman respects you more when you handle the man things.
Absolutely.
Like I'm coming home and I'm seeing that men is being put in situations where, especially if you don't work.
It's not even.
I'm a street boy.
Wait, I'm not even going to say men are being put in positions where even, especially if you don't work. I've seen men get demasculated and they work. And
My
they
woman
take
live
care
with
of
me now.
And they take care
This
of
my
their kids.
crib. I got the crib this time.
Didn't I just let you talk?
Ain't nothing like your own, boo.
Didn't I just
You
let
won't
you
put
talk?
me out.
Wait, let her say she's trying to figure out what you
No, I got it.
There have been some men that have been demasculated and they're doing everything that they are supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I have seen men demasculated so badly, and they're doing everything for their children, and they're doing everything for their household and everything, that I swear for God, I won't be surprised if I see them on the first 48. Real shit. Because they have been demasculated so badly. Like,
That's only a good side.
listen.
That's because them a lot on some real shit. I'm be brutally honest. I came home. I did 23 and a half myself. I just came home in 2016. But it is a lot of role reversals out here, and a lot of these dudes, as y'all was saying, a lot of them, they don't want nothing out of life.
You.
I don't give. They ain't trying to hustle. They ain't trying to do nothing. They ain't no legal gig or no nothing. They just want to sit, and be bloodsuckers off the women. They find out the women getting little checks and everything. They sit still, take that verbal abuse. All right, she give me some of that little check she getting from 5 kids as y'all speak. Shit, I gotta do that. That's how they sit there. And they take that verbal abuse because they don't want nothing out of life, except some tree or something.
But no, I'm not even talking about them guys. No, I'm talking about guys who go out and work and bring home the money and take care of the kids and watch the kids and wash the kids and feed the kids and just like being basically verbally manhandled, like they ass handed to them on a silver platter type. Like,
well, they need to find a different woman.
like
you
Find
know,
a different woman or something.
but like,
They doing all that.
but at the end of the day, like I said, women and men, we in different days and times, right? Where we coming where on TVs, you over there in Saudi Arabia and Mecca, and you see people getting their heads chopped off. So people was like, we living in a time where everybody's just saying, fuck it, I don't give a fuck whether I live and die, none of that shit. We going to funerals where once that person it passed away and you go to the funeral, in a week, he's forgotten about, she's forgotten about, the grandma's forgotten about, and all of that shit. So now I say that to say that it done got hard out here. It's where the hearts done got cold out here. Cold.
Real shit.
So nowadays, right? The only way, you got so many people out here talking about, I'm tired of it. The young motherfuckers ain't nothing. The old heads ain't nothing. This ain't nothing. And then you know what I asked the person? I said, what the fuck did you do to contribute to anything in the community? You ain't picked up a picket sign. You ain't picked up a note. You ain't wore a t-shirt or nothing to go say, listen, man, stop the violence, save the children, save the old head. You ain't did nothing. There's a bunch of, we got a bunch of lip professors in the world today.
lip professors.
Yes, lip professors. And nowadays, it's about seeing is believing. You know what I'm saying? If you don't put forth no actions to do something of change for the people you around, like even myself, even with Ransom, he just came over to 21. I just did 15 years. This is why we come home, and since I've been home, since I've got 100 and something people jobs. I've got people housing. I have, we do so much. Now, sometimes I'm not looking for no award, no trophy, no bandana, and nothing. I do the things that I'm supposed to do because it's the right thing to do. And before my time.
Your problem.
Wake the fuck up. Pass me the paper towels. He sleep. He don't smoking with the sleep. That type of shit.
But sis, that's where it's at, man. It's about people, man. It's about people learning from their mistakes and giving back.
That's what you get for not sharing.
Stingy. Just downright stingy.
Share with me.
I don't smoke.
What was that? The 5 heartbeats. You know how if you study like some of the if you look at some movies from back in the day, right?
Right.
In the 5 heartbeats, right? You had these people, they were struggling trying to be singers, right?
Absolutely.
And once they became what they needed to be, what did they gave back
They
to
gave back.
their parents.
It's not a lot of people that
They
give
went
back.
back. He bought his dad a car. He bought his mom a fur. It was about kids having, man and women having a kid for her kid to grow up and be something, to give her something better than what these kids don't.
That's why I hear y'all messages in they say reach one team.
Each one teach one.
Yeah.
All right, but look, wait. Let's take 2.2 seconds and go back because I can just see the messages that Lady Hart. Hey, Lady Hart. Lady Hart was commenting on our treads when we was talking about the red carpet. So let me pull my glasses down.
What you talking about, Lady Hart?
Lady Hart, come right on down here, okay? But she said it's nothing wrong with having sex on the red carpet.
That shit stink.
That's just
It
this one straight
depends.
fish.
Excuse me. Not all women know how to tend to their body to the point where they can flesh their body out and it still smell okay.
Douche, baby, douche.
It's not douche. No, it's not douche. It's how you tend to your body. It's certain their pH balance is so off.
They don't use Summer Eve.
Summer's Eve fuck your shit up.
Oh, well, I heard it do something good.
Excuse me, Summer's Eve fuck your shit up.
How you know?
You
You
about to
tried
argue
some of
with
these?
Yes, Summer's Eve is not okay for me.
Did it fuck your shit up, bro?
Absolutely. I'm super sensitive.
Oh, well, I'm gonna leave that alone.
All right,
I mean,
so,
that
but,
thing broke out now.
Lady Hart said it's nothing wrong with it. What happened?
Shout out. Right. $10.
$10 for him and me. I owe her 10 and you owe her 10.
What?
That was a commercial. All right. Right. So, but
Lady Hart.
Pop that 10 on the table, sir.
Hold on. Can I say this to Lady Hart?
You can
real
cash
quick?
that, but go right ahead.
Can I say this to her? Lady Hart, everybody has their own way of seeing things and own way of viewing things. And I think that, even with red carpet, I think that some people got their own way. If you doing whatever you gonna do on a safe tip or whatever, you gonna put down a plastic and all that stuff or whatever. You don't want your sheets all messed up and this, that, and third. That's on you. I don't knock what people do because some people just want to do what they do.
Right. No red carpet.
We don't do that.
No red carpet.
And then again, some of them, I don't know what they do because some of them they vicious. They vicious. Some of my homies is vicious. They make red carpet, green carpet, orange carpet, white carpet.
He said brown carpet.
Right, brown carpet.
I was talking about the carpet in my house.
Right.
He said brown carpet.
Ain't no
That's
telling
the
what
carpet in
carpet
my
is.
room.
But at the same time, you entitled to do what you want to do. But I suggest that you be safe on what you do, and be ready to clean up. If that's your thing, Lady Carpet, make sure you.
Wait,
What's her
Lady
name?
Carpet.
A red carpet. What's her name? What's her name? What's her name?
Heart.
Yeah, well, Lady Heart, red carpet heart, or heart, Lady Heart. Whatever you do, boo, just be prepared to clean up behind yourself, man.
He said, Lady Carpet.
That's all.
He called her Lady Carpet.
Yeah, be ready to clean up,
only
baby.
Lady Heart.
You know what I mean? And practice safe sex.
She said for sure.
Because when you dealing with blood and all that, that's a dangerous joint. Somebody had AIDS and all that. That's creepy. That's a creepy joint dealing with that blood. Somebody had AIDS or whatever. I know that.
She said it's Lady Heart's boo.
Yeah, but like I said, just bring your towel and your sponge and your little pail, so you wipe that thing up,
Get your squeegee.
and make sure you get behind your hiney and all that stuff while you wiping, boo. You have blood all on your toes and all that stuff.
Wait, what is your toes doing in a vagina?
You think that blood ain't gonna drip down to her toes? Huh. It's all on her foot and everything.
Come on now. Nobody want to see that damn image.
Right. It's on Lady Heart foot, her feet, her belly button, and all that. This shit.
She said, "Hell no."
Well, then Lady Heart don't. If you say hell no, then don't do that, baby. Don't do nothing.
She said she ain't gonna have blood everywhere.
Right. Then don't do nothing you ain't supposed to do. All right. Plus, at the end of
Yo.
the day, when he pull it out, sometimes he wants you to pull that condom out. So you got to put blood all on your hands and your fingernails. Right. All right, I'm gonna leave that alone. Let me leave that alone. They want me to leave that alone.
All right.
But the truth is the truth.
So let's talk about
Your
more
carpet-
people living to die or dying to live.
Huh?
What happened? Wait, what?
Say it again. No, say it again.
I ain't hear you, baby. I thought you were talking about your carpet.
My carpet is never the topic.
I didn't
of
know if you had
discussion.
carpet or not. You make sure is it carpet down there or is it not carpet?
That's
Or did
not
we
a
talk about the
question for
topic?
you to answer
That's
or
why I'm asking you
ask.
what was the topic.
I was talking about people living to die or dying to live.
On your carpet?
We all live with that. Just live again.
I got her, y'all. I got her. No, I got her. Machete, Pop Fly Records, Home Base Entertainment, BTG, is
Home
going
base
down.
entertainment.
Yeah, baby.
is
This is
going
Home Base
down.
Entertainment. Oh, I have a record label. Yeah, Pop Fly Records, Home Base Entertainment, Big Time Bosses. This is what we do. You want in? Come on, get in.
I can't sing.
Right, but we like carpet, baby. Carpet cleaners, baby. Carpet cleaners. Are you a carpet cleaner?
No redwoods.
Right.
He said no redwoods.
No, no red carpet.
Blue, green, yellow, orange.
Well, we don't want blue carpet neither.
No,
We
back
don't
to the
want
topic.
blue carpet.
Wait. Wait.
You said wait.
Bro, we don't want no blue carpet. I don't want no blue. I want.
Shit.
I take the cream.
Machete, you ever heard of flying carpet? You ever heard of flying carpet?
You could elaborate for all of the YouTube world.
I can picture you flying, bitch.
Yeah, and that's a dream you'll never see.
All right, but let's get back to the topic. What's the topic, B? What's the next topic? What you were saying? You remember?
Chicken finger. Do we live and die?
Or
We died to live.
I think that I think a lot of times.
Chicken wings and chicken fingers.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think a lot of times, man, for real. Sometimes we gotta.
I might be getting hungry or something.
You've been hungry, man. You're 400 pounds. Now I think that we got to look at it as in life we given two choices. You know, the live and the die, the beginning and the end. And I think that
That's not even a choice.
no, that's a choice we give
Everything that is born dies. So that's a
because
given.
guys give you
That's not your choice.
It's not a choice. 'Cause
no.
Wait.
Maybe
No. I personally believe because of my experience, when you die is actually a choice. It doesn't matter how tragic.
when you live is a choice.
Yes, because when you ready to die, you will die. Like there have been there have been people that had a whole portion of their brain blown away. There have been people who were born with only part of their brain and they still live and have a fruitful life. So my perspective on living and dying is when you're done doing everything that you can do, that you're going to die. So okay. All right, so
It's
Wait.
not your choice.
stop it.
Can I elaborate, sis?
like ransom,
It's
like
not-
ransom.
No, it really is. It really is. It really is your choice. Go ahead.
Now, and bro, nobody cut in on what I elaborate on right now. Nobody chime in on this right quick
Why we can't
No,
charm it?
because this right here is getting ready to be serious.
No, real shit.
when
Go
we
ahead.
say that we got a choice to live and to die, right? First of all, we got to know that we got a creator that's greater than ourselves, right? And he gave our mothers and our fathers the ability to bring us into the world. You know what I'm saying? So he gave them a choice to lay down and have sex and all of that to have us. And our choices went from them together to having us. And when they bring when that creates like that, that makes us it brings us into our own choices. So then a kid start to come into the world, just like you have a kid, and he come into the world because let me go like this when I'm dealing with this. Let's just say that you got a woman and she has the man has the sperm, right?
Okay.
The woman has the ovaries. When two people make love or whatever, right? That sperm from my father and their mother travels to her ovaries, right?
Okay.
And that brings about a baby. When that sperm is traveling, does that sperm travel with the tail or the head? The
The
head.
head.
So can we say that there's some type of intelligence in that sperm that's traveling to the ovary to bring me into existence?
Absolutely.
Right? So when my father and my mother make love or whatever, and they bring me into existence, that they have that ovary got a choice to go to the right place, right?
Right.
And he goes straight to that ovary in order to formulate the eggs and all that, so forth and so. We all know that story. Now, once I come and inside of a person, you start to formulate inside the woman or whatever, the brain. Hold on. No, I understand, but hold on, you won't be able to elaborate. Now, inside, when that sperm gets to that ovary and starts to formulate the baby, the first thing that formulates in a woman is what?
The cells.
The first thing that formulates in a woman, as far as body-wise, is what? The feet?
The cells.
The feet or the head?
The cells.
The brain.
The cells.
Right, the cells, but it becomes the brain.
No, the cells.
Okay,
the cells starts and they start
I
multiplying.
said that I agree with you, the head, but after that, it's the head, the brain, the human brain. The human brain, and then everything comes out inside of the brain.
What?
I'm getting ready to get to the
We
point.
went all the way to the beginning.
Right.
In the
because
beginning,
we gotta go to the beginning
God
in order to
created
understand
the
the
heavens
middle
and the earth.
and all of it. Yeah, because
Tell me the bullshit.
it don't make no sense to me because you don't even have the sense of to understand a woman. And we don't understand a woman, we don't understand ourselves because you have a choice. You have like for me, right? When I was growing up, hold on. Listen. When you growing up, when you growing up, right? A lot of the niggas, the brothers, or whatever we want to call it in the streets, as kids, you come into the world as innocent fucking kids.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Innocent. You know what I'm saying? And as you grow up, you start to, you start to grow up. The average kid, he wants to be a doctor, a lawyer, a police officer,
But
But
nowadays they don't want to be that.
Hold on, baby. Hold on. Now,
Nowadays they want to be rappers.
Okay, but
And
hold
trap
on.
stars.
But what I'm trying to break down to you is sometimes you get altered, and I'm gonna use me, right? And you, my brother, and you know, as I was growing up, my mother died from a overdose of drugs at the age of 13, right?
Wait,
what got
you were 13 or she was 13?
I was 13. My
Okay.
mother,
right.
mother passed away, and when my mother passed away, what goddamn choice do a 13-year-old have, and he living in a goddamn house by his goddamn self? He ain't got no choice but to get out here and do what the
And
fuck
do
he
it,
got
right,
to do.
absolutely.
Because ain't nobody bringing no oodles and noodles.
Absolutely.
Hold on, I wasn't by myself, but I'm gonna get to you. You came later.
He
on.
had a twin.
Yeah, right, but no, but
No oodles and
now
noodles.
watch this. My life had got altered. The kid has got altered. My life was altered. I had no choice but to go into survival. If you put a person some goddamn way and he ain't fucking eating, he ain't got no choice but to get out here and try to get it.
Absolutely.
No, so I'm saying that person can be changed just like that.
Absolutely.
He can be. You know how we say, like, when I was incarcerated, you had a choice whether you did this. Sometimes you ain't got no goddamn choice when your choice has been made for you through your
Economical.
through your situations.
But it's still economical.
Economical.
It's economical.
Your destiny.
It's just
your
it's,
destiny could be altered.
With us being brown.
Mm-hmm.
With us being brown.
Yes.
Because we are brown.
Yes.
It's not cursed. Because we are so strong and we are so ingenuitive on how we battle. But wait.
Let us lead what we need to lead.
No.
In order for us to process for what they want us to process.
Stop depending on them motherfuckers. Go out there and do it yourself.
Excuse me, here's the thing, right? Even back during slavery times, majority of the bullshit that's out here that we know and we use every day was stolen from us as black people.
That's why it comes so easy
And
to us black people.
no, the problem is we stopped trying.
No, we
That's-
never stop trying.
No, it's a whole
It's
lot
in
of us.
It's in our DNA.
It's a whole lot of us
It's
that
been constructed to us.
Right, but
it's a
Machete,
whole lot of
look
us
at
that
this though,
stopped
Machete.
trying.
Look at this, sis.
Right. Listen to what you said. Stop trying.
No, but
But
listen.
if we was to ever try and you do it as you're supposed to, you will see and understand everything that you do so well. You'll never understand how you know how to do that shit so well.
Now watch this here.
Listen.
Hold on, watch this. You got a lot of people that talk, right, and don't even know their history. Hold on.
Exactly.
You got so many people don't. You got a lot of people that don't
Nope.
even know. You know.
Can I get some lotion?
You got a lot of people, sis, that's intimidated because they don't know their history. And when people don't know their history, they send. You know they got a
Need some
thing
more?
called-
Hey, bro, let me ask you this. When did you start your history?
Hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute.
No,
It's
but let me ask
lotion.
you-
Hold on for a minute.
When did you start your history?
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, bro. Because you saying what you saying. Who put us in slavery? That's
We put us in slavery.
who?
We put us in slavery.
How?
No.
Hold on.
And technically, it
Hold
wasn't
on.
us.
Hold on. How?
Technically, what you mean technically?
How?
The
Talk-
art of survival was survival of the fittest. So everybody that wasn't the fit of
How was
our
we,
ancients
bro?
gave us away.
Bro, the question. How was we put in slavery?
From what you know, like you was put in slavery over a boat, right?
No, I'm asking you. How do you
No,
think?
I'm asking you. No, I'm asking you a
If
question as well.
You say that you don't really know how to break it
No,
down.
I got something on my face.
Yeah, Ash, my nigga.
Oh, no, I got dry skin like you.
No.
And I'm giving you the highest.
Machete, man, you stop. He got ash on his face. Big time bosses sitting here with Machete. You ain't ready up.
We about to get serious. She want to give me some intensive care. Really repairs.
Shit, that worked for my hand.
Man, shut up, black red. You black ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay, you know if the sun come out, you fucked up. Okay, we gotta stop.
No, but like all jokes aside, you got a lot of people, you got millions and millions of people who don't know how to break down their history. A lot of times, the people who put us in slavery is ourselves. Listen, ourselves put us in slavery, but that's a whole nother thing. But at the end of the day, like when I tell you that people out here thinking that they had a choice, they got a choice. Sometimes we don't have no choice when you got people making laws for the way you live. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's people that make laws every day on how you live. You don't have no choice when they make a law and tell you this is the law. It could be right. Right.
Your choice is if you gonna follow or you ain't gonna follow.
There was never a such thing as
Man,
free
I hear a
will.
motherfucker in the background.
I'm not.
You was created with free will. You
It's free will
you can
now.
walk out
All right.
now. No,
It's free will now.
You was created with free will.
All right,
Back then there was no such thing as free will for our color.
You
All right, now look.
was created with free will. Don't say nothing. Don't say
Now,
nothing like
us.
that. No. You
Now.
was created now.
But see, here's the thing. No, everybody was created with free will. Yes. The problem is people decided that living is more powerful than standing up for your rights.
People just choose not to.
So you decide to shut your mouth instead of speaking your mind, instead of living how you should live. Living with integrity became obsolete because just living became okay.
Right.
So, getting back to saying, me personally saying that when you die, it's a choice to die. Why I believe it's a choice to die is because my experience with my near-death experience
Right.
It came down to me wanting to take my next breath or not.
And that was the same also with me.
So when it comes to the end of me personally as a person,
Right.
everything it dwells on me. It doesn't matter how drastic my situation is. My last breath is me deciding, okay, I'm done. So, depending on what's going on in your life and if you are determined to go on to the next step, is if you're going to take your next breath or not. That's what I believe in. Because when it came down to my near death experience, that's right where I was. Am I going to take my next breath? And because my near death experience was, hey, look, if you don't take your breath right now, you don't have to worry about XYZ. But if you do take your next breath, this is what you have to deal with. So, me personally, yes, my last breath, it doesn't matter if I lose a whole 3/4 of my brain. It boils down to if I'm going to take that next breath or not. So, there are a lot of people.
On that point, if that was the case, you would decide to stop breathing right now. And if you feel like you was done,
Absolutely.
you can't.
You can.
You can't.
Why don't you believe that?
Because your conscience. You
Excuse
cannot
me.
Because of your conscience.
There are many people.
Listen,
people.
We as a human being, it doesn't matter what color you are. Okay, you have a mental state to yourself. You cannot under any circumstance, if you're not stressed out right now to the point like you feel like it's the end of the world, you cannot kill yourself. I don't care how you put it. I don't care how much you think.
What you're saying is exactly the same thing I just said.
But no, you're saying if you feel like you want to have your last breath, you can have it.
What
if
I
she
said,
feel like it.
Right, but you can't.
So no, but listen.
Your subconscious will not let
No,
you.
listen what she's saying.
Yes.
You saying what she just said. But if she feel like this is it, and I'm tired of it, it is what it is.
And it's not going to
Oh,
let
before
her.
you go any
Not,
further, I just want to apologize. I ain't
Process
my
it.
brother idiot. The statement he made was idiotic.
No, but
no,
she
but I'm
can-
saying,
it's not.
If
no,
a
what
person-
I'm saying
but-
is, no, what I'm saying is, if you are in a dire situation and you feel as though you don't want to go on,
You cannot.
you can kill yourself.
Your
How many people
personal-
kill themselves?
Yeah, that's the thing. Killing themselves using another object. You cannot.
If you don't want to
The
go
way
on, you can
she's
do that.
explaining it, listen.
no.
You ain't been listening. The way she's been explaining it is if I want to take my last breath, I can take my last breath.
I just said,
You can't.
what I
guarantee you
just
that.
said was, in the situation that I had, this is what I said.
Now, to make that more bearable and understandable, what is the situation?
I got hit by a truck.
See, now we can understand. You just saying
No, I said I had a near-death experience, and
had a near-death experience. I just had a heart attack. I'm only 37 years old.
And I'm saying, even in your heart attack situation, when it came down to the bottom line, there was a line that you had to decide. Am I going to take my last breath or am I going to continue to live?
I actually didn't. When I woke up, they revived me. I couldn't do anything about it.
Okay, so your consciousness is not that of my consciousness. That's all I'm saying.
So you had to really all this.
I had my
Being hit by a truck.
yes,
Decide
there
if you wanna come
in
back
my
or not.
near-death experience, I'll tell you that off the camera. I will tell you my whole experience when I got hit by the truck. But yes, my consciousness was so
But therapy.
aware.
If a person
So
don't
can I
want to
say
live
something?
no more, they don't want to live.
So
more.
can
You
I
got
say
people-
something about that?
You got
Because
people
when I
that-
had my near-death experience, you feel me? The first time I had my near-death experience when I got shot 3 times. You feel me? I had got shot in the spine and in the chest twice. You feel me? Once I was laying down on that ground, I was yelling, "Don't touch me, don't touch me, just let me be." You feel me? But me thinking like, damn, I can't go out like this. I gotta be here for my mom.
decision. Still, what I said, is it not? It's a decision at the bottom line. It doesn't matter how tragic. You think you didn't. Like real shit, you really think you didn't.
I'm a very tuned person.
No,
I'm a very tuned person.
no, sis, let me.
Like I can understand. Like, listen, that's the whole reason why my name is what it is. I'm very tuned with myself. I know what I want. I know what I don't want. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. I know what I care about and what I don't care about. I'm not the blessed person in the world. I don't want to prove to be. I don't.
Hey, Brock Diamond.
But in the point of that, like you yourself cannot want to proceed that. That's not what you were given.
All right, but listen what I'm saying though, bro.
Hold on. Brock said there's no free will.
There's no free will.
Brock said there's no free will. Wait a minute. When we have rampant propaganda. All right. So he also said we sold our people out just like what's being done today. People will kick you down before they will build you up.
Right.
Some people, you have real people and you have those who follow. Can you please crack the door? Because the
Brock Diamond.
just a little bit. You ain't gotta crack it all the way. Just leave the crack.
I understand. Brock Diamond.
Listen, we was led by the kings and queens decided to let us go. The weaker people, the weaker ones of them, they let go.
Okay, hold on. Hear me out. Brock Diamond. What's up, man? I understand you totally what you just said. When you said about the dealing with the free will, man, you know, there's no free will. Hold on for a minute, Ransom. When you said there's no free will right now, because people is doing their own thing and they taking people's free will without them even knowing. I get that. You can be robbed and you can be just walking down the street minding your business, somebody take your life. So right. I understand it. With therapy situation, we're dealing with
his heart attack.
With therapy situation, man, you know, some people we got to learn to agree to disagree. I think that life experiences for every individual in America is different. Everybody do their own thing different. Like for me, man, you know, I think that sometimes people got to take a hell of a fucking beating to learn a hell of a lesson to understand what the fuck you saying. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you could tell a person clearly what it is, but he don't understand what the fuck it is until he gets some drastic to understand what it is. You know? Like even with dealing with the sister, right? Like a lot of people in America also, this is the problem. Outside of the bullshit with the females and all that, people have learned to love money more than they love themselves. That's
absolutely.
But that's because people think that money solves their problems. Money helps relieve stress, but it doesn't solve your problem.
All right, but
Then
check
on
this
top
out.
of that, everybody believe that like
money helps relieve stress, but it don't solve problems.
Everybody think like you said, money is the key to everything to everybody.
Okay, but look, check it out.
I can agree on that. I ain't gonna cap. I can agree on money solves a lot of problems because I ain't gonna get too much into it, but like as in family wise, like you know what I'm saying, I just came home March. I did a little 2-year bid. I'm 21 and all that. I ain't from Philly or nothing like that. You feel me? I'm from Athens, Georgia. I grew up in Bankhead and all that.
Bankhead out of there ain't no Bankhead. It's Pennsylvania, nigga.
Just listen here though. Just listen here though.
Your game up, nigga.
And listen,
You in Southwest chapter now, so you from Philly.
No, but listen.
Your game up in Southwest.
Listen though. Like my experience was like, you feel me? When I first moved up this joint, I lived in South Philly. At that, you feel me? Saying for a couple years, I stayed locked up and shit. So like that shit got bad. You know what I'm saying? So like
He weeded up. Look at his eye. He weeded up. That motherfucker on weed. Hold on, let me get the Mac.
He high as shit.
Let me tell you
All
what
by himself.
All by himself. Ain't even swing the Dutch.
Yeah, you want the
Ain't even swing it.
He weeded up. Now let me tell you why I said
he zooted and booted.
Sis, let me tell you why I said that people love themselves more than they love their dollar. First of all, people don't do a
You mean
more
love their dollar more than they love themselves?
people.
Yeah.
People.
But can I say something though,
Hold
real
on for a
quick?
minute.
Wait,
Hold on for
let
one second.
out of pocket talk real fast.
A lot of times people don't do an inventory on what the fuck we saying. Now, at the end of the day, when we got a government, a corrupt government, right, that's have a machine that all they got to do is push a button for whatever they need. They can dictate your whole life with a push of a button. I need $300 million trillion, and they can hit a button and just start printing. And we as black folks, we are kill, rob, steal, argue, all of that. And listen to some of
It's not just with the black
listen to some of
folks.
my squad. My squad talking about, yeah, we need money to make it. We need money to do this. You mean to tell me you love money more than you love me?
But see, here's the thing, right?
Right.
On some real shit, if a group of people started bartering with their own type of money, we using shells. Fuck everybody else. We not accepting nothing else but shells. Translate your money that you using that's out there to shells. I'm guarantee you that us as a black people could shut the world down.
Right, but sis,
We could shut the world down. But the problem is the younger folks are so uneducated that excuse me?
it ain't just all the it ain't just the younger folks.
Wait.
Hold on,
Wait.
problems. Hold on.
It's so many uneducated young folks
Right.
out here that they believe that chasing all of this other dumb shit is okay, that they won't even educate themselves enough to know. I'm not saying everybody,
Right.
but more
Hold on, bro.
than none is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but can I say something? Since like from that, what you saying, like how you said, not all of us, but the ones that do think like that is because of the way they old heads birthed them up.
You can't say old heads because there's a whole bunch of them that they didn't like their mom so much that they
wasn't no old
disregarded
heads.
everything that they said.
It wasn't no old heads. You feel me? Like no, it wasn't no old heads and none of that. The reason why, like for you, I feel as though the '90s age, like the way we grew up for, because we all know the '90s was that was a horrible year from the '80s. You feel me? So them babies was, you know what I'm saying? Half of them kids, babies had them like at 17, 18. They moms damn near your age.
They was young as shit.
You feel what I'm saying? Like me, like that shit. No, you can't see that.
This is the question, right? Whatever happened to the people who have 50 years of relationships, marriage lasting 50 years?
That's not
People lasting
happening.
But see-
hold on for a minute. Let me elaborate. People lasting for 50 years.
All right. My question too is, you saying what happened to the people that where their relationships last for 50 years? How many black mothers and fathers that are in the same home that last for 50 years in the 80s?
None.
In the 90s?
It was a lot.
In the 90s?
It was a lot.
No, it wasn't a lot. They was all locked up.
Hold on.
Excuse me. That started before the 80s and the 90s.
You know, can I say this, sis?
They didn't get together until the 90s.
Sis, can I say this here?
They were okay. It wasn't official until the 90s.
No.
Sis, can I say this here?
But
What?
it just, you know what I mean?
No, what I'm saying is that relationship started before the 90s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. They've been breaking down the black community as a whole for so fucking long.
The community was breaking itself down.
It's not the black community breaking itself
Oh.
down. Excuse me. No. The black community. Wait a minute. Hold on. It's not the music that we listen to. It's not the music that we listen to. That's just part of it. That's part of it.
No, can I say something on that?
That's part of it. Excuse me. The problem with us as a whole is going way, way, way back, because the only way they could break us down is to take the strong black man out of the community. And what they did was they systematically took him out of the community. They belittled him. They did this. This started way, way, way back.
It
No.
really taking effect into the 80s.
I
understand exactly what
hold
you're saying.
on, listen.
Yeah,
You're
I do
right.
understand.
You're right. Hold on for a minute.
Excuse me. In the white community,
That's why it's so fucked up,
it's a mother and a father in the house.
But that's also
In the Asian community, it's a mother and a father in the house.
But you can't say
In
that's
the
not.
Italian community, it's a mother and a father in the
Can I
house.
say something? You cannot say that's not in the black community too, because it's
It's
half and
not
half.
everywhere. Majority
no.
of our black men been locked up so long, and then the ones that still out
They
here
have,
right now,
but-
it doesn't have a strong
But
backbone.
even the ones that have been locked up for so long, they still try to make
Hold
an
on.
effort to be in
Hold
their
on.
children's life.
Hold on. Let me call a G call. This is what we used to say, a G call. Let me say, yo, therapy. Let
Well,
me
they locked up for trying to provide.
Hold on.
Some of them, a
Hold
whole
on.
lot of
Let me
no,
get-
some of them.
Can I give you
It's half and half. What both of y'all saying.
let me give y'all out of pockets version. Let me give y'all out of pockets version of how I look at it. In the 80s, I believe that first of all, there was somebody who came into our community and had to figure out a way to get into our homes. So the only way that they can get into our homes, far as the government and whoever else and so forth, they had to listen. No, man. Listen. Again, I say that a lot of times we speak without understanding what our brothers are saying. What's going on is they create laws to rip us apart.
Absolutely.
The reason, and let me break down a few examples of the laws. One law back in the day, back in the day, in my time, you could spank your kid's ass.
Absolutely.
It could
Now
be,
they call it
hold
child
on,
abuse.
it could be with a extension cord, it could be with a half ball stick, it could be with whatever the fuck mom's saying, she can whoop your ass with it. You know what I'm saying? Then a lot of these young bucks, they be sugarcoating and fraudulent, thinking that they know just to keep up. No, the people are making laws based on our lives.
They know that's
Because
No,
only
hold on,
reason
hold
they
on,
making
hold
the
on.
laws.
Hold on, respect. They making laws based on our lives. Some of the laws that I need to break down to people that don't understand is they came up with a law of child abuse. You can't even spank your kid.
Because some of these.
Hold on for a minute, youngin. Hold on, you my youngin. I'm the OG. Now, a lot of times, first you got to learn respect with your OGs.
There you go.
Now, this is what I'm saying. They came up with laws. The first laws they came up with is child abuse. For a person not to be able to spank their goddamn kid. That's a goddamn shame. A lot of these kids need to.
Can I please say something?
No, you can't say nothing. Just hold on. Respect. I'm going to give you the mic.
that backfire.
Okay, you hold on too. A lot of these kids need their ass whooped. A lot of these kids ain't had their ass whooped.
Church.
Now, two, they had to disrespect the man in the household. The man used to work and go to work and take care of bills, and the woman took care of the clothes, the kids, and made sure the clothes was clean and the house was clean. And that was called domestic violence. Now you can't even check
Wait, what?
Now you can't even check your woman no more. That was domestic violence. That law came in. Child abuse came in. Then they really had to check the man. You know how they checked the man? They wanted to belittle you so much, and they belittled you by saying that you can't even pay for your kid's sneakers. You can't pay for his diapers, his drawers, his socks, or nothing. And that became, what did they call it when a woman can't, he can't pay for the kid? Child support. It's called child support. That's a law they came with, child support. And a lot of times that when you start talking about these type of subjects, you got people that start acting like they know what you're saying, and they start to play like they understand and all that. This shit is really what's going on. The laws is being created for the people around us. The incarcerated, you got mass incarcerated where it went from 3 jails to 27 jails. You know who they locking up? This
Black
is
folks.
No, it ain't the black folks.
It is.
Let me explain to you, sister. You know they locking up our goddamn kids. They already prepared for 20 years down the line. These same kids that sitting here talking, they already prepared for the kids that come to jail. Nowadays, you locked up with the people that got life, and your kid is coming in, the son is coming in there with the father, when it wasn't like that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And when somebody talking some real shit, it's always somebody on the side that's gonna try to outdo what you telling. Gonna try to think that they can make their story better than what it is when the story is real. And you gotta, when somebody giving it to you raw, accept that shit, man. Accept that shit.
But you have those that are giving it to you raw, and they you have those.
Somebody
who-
gave it to you,
wait.
Rambo?
No, not lately.
Okay.
Any whore.
Any whore?
But hold on, time out, Shadi. Can I say something though?
No, wait, no. You have people that's upfront and personal with you,
Right.
and you have those dumbass motherfuckers like, I ain't listening to enough of you say. I gotta live it for
Talking
myself.
sheep.
Like real shit. Like if I've been through it already, and I'm trying to tell you how to avoid the steps that I already went through, listen and heed. But you have those who want to be beat in their head with the bullshit that you already passed and don't want to listen to your knowledge that you already have because they think they know better and they just got to live through it. So,
But time out of pocket. Can I get back to you about that child abuse?
Yes, anybody can
But
come
listen,
back.
what about that child abuse stuff situation and all that? You gotta realize only reason I feel as though only reason they made the law because people start taking advantage of it. Like people's like start breaking they kids' ribs and shit and all that shit because they could get away with it. It wasn't a law or any of that. You feel me? I feel as though they made it into a law to protect them, to protect the kids from getting physically abused to the point where they almost on their deathbed.
No, but listen to me, Nani, and I want you to, you know, where, and that's a way to look at it. But sometimes we got to know what the truth is. The truth. It was a time that on a street on our block where you can go bar sugar. You can go bar eggs. The community took care of themselves at one time.
Yeah, but now the community is scared.
Listen, hold on, listen.
it's not that they're scared.
I was
Listen.
about to say that myself.
It's not that they're scared. They're too pride to ask for help. But then you have those that are so unprideful that they ask for help when they really don't need it. And then you have those who like, you ask for help every time the sky turn blue.
Right.
No, but like
Exactly. So you have those that don't want to give you because you keep asking, and you have those that are in need that won't ask.
But Machete, you gotta look at it like this too, man. You know, a lot of times that sometimes, man, you know, we ain't got them superheroes like we used to, right? In our hoods, right? Because the superhero was that person, that drug dealer that was making money. He used to look out for different kids and everything, even though they did the wrong thing. Hold on, listen. Even though sometimes people did the wrong thing, because of, but no, listen, and that's cool. A lot of people was looking for some kind of hero in the hood. You know what I'm saying? A black hero. Like a lot of times, even with the female, a lot of females, you know, growing up, man, you know, based on my understanding of life, you know, a lot of females was actually abused growing up, man.
They still abused.
They still getting abused
on a regular basis, and
it,
it's being overlooked.
Look, but they've been abused by the cousin, people that they trust, cousins.
This
uncles,
shit ain't stopped.
And I understand it. But guess what? At the end of the day, right? You know, it's gonna stop because people like you, Machete, to be able to have a radio station and to be able to bring people, to be able to bring topics and to bring stuff like that, that's a start. Because sometimes we got to start somewhere.
But no, all right, so it's a whole lot of people out here that are not true to themselves.
Right.
I don't know. I've been told that I'm not true. They think
I know you've been told a whole lot of stuff, bro.
No, you true, all right.
Listen, I've been told that I'm not true. They've been told I seem cool, but I'm fake. But if I don't like you, I don't like you. Right. I won't hug you. I won't say hi. And if you walk by, you'll hear me say some shit about you. You might not address me on the shit that I said. But I am the same Monday through Sunday. Every day ending Y.
What about Freak Day?
That day ending a Y.
Huh?
Does that day end with Y?
That day ends with a condom.
Okay, so I am the same. Okay, but I will say the same thing to you that I'll say behind your back. If I love you, I love you. If I don't, I don't.
Right.
If I extend my hand out to you, it's genuine. I might send my condolences, but I'm not sending no, I'm here to listen if you need to talk. You understand what I'm saying? So I tell everybody on a regular basis, if you want to know something that Shetty said, ask Shetty if she said it, and I'll tell you. I said a little man with shitty boots been running on your tongue.
Shetty, you got any Vaseline?
You got
Which
some
part?
baby oil?
You ain't Vaseline.
I got some intensive care.
Oh, that worked.
Shetty, Shetty, you want to play tonight? You want to play house?
You like to play hard or
You
soft?
like to
No,
play
you can't
pit?
play house with me.
You want to play?
You can't
footsies?
play house with me.
You want to play?
You
footsies?
can't play house
Oh,
with
we don't
me.
play house.
You want to play footsies?
You can't play house with me.
You ever played GG, GB? You know what GB mean? Gang bang.
No. No.
You better say no, girl.
My name Machete all day.
Machete, I'm gonna chop you up tonight.
I done 50 shaded a couple people, but I'm not one of them.
Machete been chopped up in the you want to be chopped up?
No.
Look at them lips.
Look at that lipstick.
You can look all you want.
Look at the teeth, boy. Let
You
me
can
see.
look.
Give me that look. What's that look?
Is that
You can
Beaver? Is that Beaver?
No.
Is that Beaver?
No. Not at all.
Boy, go ahead and get a sip of
You just gonna sip your
Get a
tea.
sip of that thing. Get a sip of
You
that
just
thing.
gonna sip your tea.
That's not tea. That's
But
tea.
you know,
That's 10 from you and 10 from you and 10 from me. That's 30 to the station.
but you know, outside,
You ain't listen?
But you know, outside of
10
know-
from you and 10 from you and
But-
10 from me. That's 30 for the station.
But listen, you know, but outside of that, you know, I think that I think this. I'm first of all, I'm glad to be able to represent BTB,
And I
Big
think y'all
Time
for
Bosses,
coming
the
out.
Southwest chapter, being able to come with Chetty and you know, and be able to deal with my girl Philly. Send my shout out to my girl Philly. That's the engineer. You know,
Excuse me, no, she's not only the engineer, she's the hair club president.
Philly the best.
She's
the
the
fucks with you,
CEO
Philly.
of this station.
well, she the CEO. She better be. She might get cooked tonight. Look,
She not.
hold on, let me get a sip of this. For you.
That's a thing right there. He ain't good.
She's not a dyke. She's a lesbian all day
Well,
long.
listen,
She definitely
listen.
is.
I like girls who like girls. You PNB rock,
But
man,
she's
you know.
a girl that like girls that don't like boys.
That's who we like. The ones that don't like girls that don't like us. We gonna cook her clock.
TikTok.
Wait, she said, "Hey yo, no."
Hey, yo, radio, baby. Hey,
she
hey, yo,
done
radio.
did time too.
How long you
Listen,
did?
hey, yo, ready. Hey, yo, radio. Sending a shout out to Philly. My
No, but
my
Philly
roadie.
fucks with you heavy.
We fucks with Philly big time bosses.
No,
man.
real
Fucks
shit.
with
My
Philly.
sister
But at the end
did
of the
time
day,
too.
well, listen, she don't act like she know. We gonna snatch that stuff off. Listen.
No, you can't be part of Sock
Listen,
Brothers.
Listen, we got a different type of team at nighttime.
Matter of fact,
I like
no, you might bag them. You might bag them and snag 'em.
Listen, hey Philly. Listen, I love Philly to death, man. She doing the engineer up here, man. She invited us. Shetty invited us,
We
man. That's some
appreciate
thorough
that.
shit,
That's
man.
my
You
real
know,
sister.
listen, that's your sister. Listen, we gonna be. Listen, like I said, this is my. You know, she invited us, man. There's some thorough shit, man. You know, even though we try to spice it up a little bit, because that's what we do. We push buttons. That's what we do. We push buttons at anything, but at the end of the day, it's all love. It's no disrespect. It's always love. You know what I mean? We care about you. Don't worry about it. We care about y'all, man. We made it. We made our we made it our job to get here and to come out and do
Yeah,
what we
one off
do,
the
man.
bottom.
You know, like we
Let me
got other
take one.
things that we be doing in the day at
Take
nighttime
one,
or whatever.
Marshadi.
But we made sure we got here
Ain't
to
no
do
R
it
in
with
my
y'all.
name.
You know what I'm saying? And love is love. You know what I'm saying?
Off the bottom.
You know,
not the
they
top.
be
Off
kicking me out the
bottom.
car when I'm
Go
dropping
down to
jewels.
the
They don't
bottom.
like this. You know, they don't like this positive note because sometimes everybody's not intelligent enough to be able to
That's what
grasp
she said.
what you bringing to them. So we got to learn to respect the people because they say remember that time when people who knew not then they knew now. You know what I'm saying? And here's another thing that I always liked it, right?
That's a good question, right?
They say let me just give y'all a couple jewels real quick. They say actions is judged by intentions. Actions may appear wrong, but motive bring rewards. Another one is
Can you repeat that one more time? Get out
Actions,
of there. You got a question.
they
Stop
say-
with yourself.
they say actions is judged by intentions. Actions may appear wrongs, but motives bring rewards. Then they got another one to say, do not look on the bad side of things that appear bad. There's always a good side. It's better to take that side. And being up here at A Radio, man, that's what we doing, man. Actions are judged by intentions, but actions may appear wrong, but motives bring rewards. Our motives is just to bring something positive to the radio station, man. Even though we mess around, even though we sipping on some iced tea or some cupcakes or cookies or whatever, we just try to bring positive vibes up here, man. And I just want to say I'm thankful to be here. Machete, pay attention, man. I'm thankful for Machete to be here. Her sister Philly is, the engineer. I always want to send her a shout out because she showed me nothing but love since we got here, me and my whole team. Now, Machete, why you keep laughing, man?
These nuts.
Got him.
See, I don't know if she meant she want to. See, I'm not even gonna do that. Yeah, I'm gonna let problems get there.
You like this situation, don't you? Left to right.
All right, tell me, y'all. I got a question
He know
though.
how to handle that one.
I got a question. No, listen, out of pocket. Here go the question. Do women like DP?
What's that?
Double penetration.
Wait. Why you gotta explain?
Whoa. That's what it says.
Why you gotta explain though?
He said, "What the fuck is that? Are you for real?"
Did you take his mic?
You said you said the women like double
DP.
You said the women like double penetration.
No, he didn't say that. He said DP because him over there don't know what that means. So we gonna just say DP. So we gonna leave him in the dark.
Can I say this?
Him downstairs.
Team in the basement.
Supposed to be in the attic.
Put the questions back. Why are you taking all the questions?
I'm getting one.
He can't even answer this question. Why
No.
you want to get
No.
You can't. You don't even know what it means.
Listen, Shetty, listen.
Now you do.
Damn, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie.
No, Shetty, listen. A lot I like that topic or whatever, but I try to keep it positive. I just wanted to keep it positive for December.
No,
For
but,
this-
you know what
okay,
topic
so
we
here's the
didn't
thing,
hit
right?
though? We didn't hit the topic of how we don't like how the facilities is treating these patients. That's the conversation that me and him had in the car.
What facility?
You remember facilities like
Hospitals.
prisons, hospitals, etc.
All right. But listen, no, but yeah, the way that facilities are treating patients, a lot of times you got mistreated kids. Like let's stick on let's go with the hospital CHOP.
Yes, chop.
That's the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia.
You playing footsies with me?
No, I was swinging my leg. And
I
your
think
foot
that
got nowhere.
I believe that a lot of times that the kids is our future, right? And a lot of times, I think that they're not being treated the way that they need to be treated, and they're being misused. And a lot of times we don't know that because we don't get a chance to experience that until sometimes when a kid in your household or in your surroundings is being taken advantage. I had a couple people that was telling me that, this is the situation. I think that you should elaborate on these type of topics.
And then you know what else? I just realized if a lot of people notice, on the news stations, there's a lot of incidents happening in nursing homes where these nurses is abusing these patients.
No doubt. Well, and I understand that too. You got these different type of home health cares. This is the new age. People are making money off of the home health aid, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. For you to love the home health aid and to want to do a job and make a couple dollars and you get paid weekly or whatever. But at the same time, do your motherfucking job.
Right? Like a lot of
These
motherfuckers, I feel as though a lot of these people, you feel me? They just get the job because it's easy. not because they want to do it.
The job is not easy.
No, but like I just said to
The
you,
It's
job,
easy.
no, it's not
It's
easy at all.
if you get somebody that you know.
No, it's not. It's not. It doesn't matter if it's somebody you know or if it's somebody you don't know. The job is not easy at all because there are different things that are entailed that is expected of you as a home care provider. One, I'm saying this from experience. I did it for my mother and I'm doing it for a friend's mother. It's not easy. There are things that are asked of you that maybe due to your experience you can't handle,
Right.
that you gotta
Hold on,
that
I
that
got
you
something to
gotta
say,
that you still have to abide by. It's not easy. You're expected to do what this person who needs your care is incapable of doing.
Right, but can I say something? Sometimes some of these people that you care for, they really don't be needing the care. They just want half of your check.
hold on. Now let me elaborate this. Now, first of all, even what I understand what you saying and I understand what Shelly's saying, but at the end of the day, right? You got people that have a job to do, and it is what it is. Some people consist of more. Pardon me. Some people consist of more attention than the other, and sometimes you got to just be able to respect the type of game that's going on. And when I say that to say is, you got some people that know how to get the job done. Some people been experienced at doing the job. Some people that's used to doing the job. And you got to understand that you just got to get the right person to do the right job. That's at any job, even with trash trucking. Sometimes you got some people that can carry that don't mind doing the trash trucks all day, but then you got some people that burn out. They tired of that shit and they quit.
Right.
How many
Lady
people
Hart
did-
said that you should just do your job, period. They get comfortable when they're taking care of family members. Like there is an expectation of you, whether it's a family member or someone you don't know. There's an expectation that you are supposed to provide a certain amount of care. And the bottom line is do it. Yes, there are people out here that say, hey, I know I'm supposed to get this care. I know I need this care. This is why they said it's okay for me to get this care. But I really don't want this care because I'm capable of doing a certain amount of shit for myself. So I'd rather
good
you
over there?
take these hours, give me half the money, and don't take heed to none of the stuff that I need. And the bottom line is a whole lot of motherfuckers that's out here that's willing to do the work for you than to take that money and give you half of it.
This is why. Remember when I said a lot of people love money more than they love themselves? Do you remember when I said that
Yes, you
early
said
in the
that.
show? So even with that being said, man, a lot. I don't knock nobody's hustle, what nobody do or whatever. But at the end of the day, we so fucking supposed to stick together and do what the fuck we got to do and make it work. Because
But with that sticking together and doing what you got to do, you
And
have
making it work.
motherfuckers. You have motherfuckers that's more out for me than out for us.
You feel
But
me? I
right,
just feel
You-
like though it's not a lot of people that's just gathering around with each other and trying to help each
That's
other.
one of our big problems. Selfish.
Like
It-
that's really our problem. It's selfish. Everybody not trying to help everybody.
And that's because it's systematically proven that us being brown people, we stuck together so much that the only way that they could break us apart is to break us apart.
It's
and
not even
now
just
it's-
brown people.
No, excuse me, the Asians stick together, the every other nationality sticks together more than the black community.
It's not that.
You're saying it's not that. It's every nationality sticks together more than us. We will snitch on us faster than we will snitch on the white man that's stealing from us
Damn.
right here in our community.
It's not
We
that.
will snitch on us faster than we will snitch on that motherfucking agent that's calling us black niggas on the corner. We will snitch on us faster than we will snitch on anybody else before we would snitch on anything else. We as a black people need to stick together, period. If we stick together more, they can't do shit about us. We are the strongest.
time out.
Listen,
Hold
no,
on,
real
hold on. Let's
shit.
listen,
Listen,
let's
listen,
listen.
Wait, hold on. We are the strongest people out here. And the only way to break us down and uneducate us is to break us apart. And that's what they're
Separation.
doing. That's what they're doing. And nobody is seeing that.
Separation.
What's wrong is wrong. And if people do wrong and keep doing wrong, and expect to be okay with it, and you're supposed to harvest a person who's doing wrong. You're supposed to harvest a person who's doing wrong to the people in your community. That's what they're expecting you to do right now.
They got us chasing what's hot. And because real shit. They got us chasing what's hot. And because they chasing what's hot, education is not.
You're supposed to.
But like, I feel as though like
it's okay.
But because they have uneducated us so much, us as a black people, this has happened. No, I'm not saying all of us, but the younger generation right now.
In order for it to be a community, we have to be smart.
Can I say something about the younger generation right now?
The
The younger generation right now, like
Sally's son is doing what he ain't supposed to be doing, but Jessica's son is going to college. But Sally's son shoots Jessica's son.
can I say,
But that's okay.
can I say something
No,
like
it's not.
like right now with the younger generation right now, like most of us is advanced of our class. You feel me? Like some of us not doing what we not supposed to be doing. We stepping up to the plate.
It needs to be seen more.
All right, sis.
You're right about that. It need to be seen more, but
me say this
also
here.
you got to lead by example.
Oh, I like that. Watch this here. Let me tell you this, right? You just brought up another situation, right? Yeah. And you brought up the word snitching, right?
Who said snitching?
You did.
You did.
I did.
You did. Now, let me tell you this here, right?
When?
And let me tell you,
I'm
let
gonna
me
have to watch the
let me
show
tell you,
again. I
let me
don't
tell you
know
how
what's
crazy this thing is, and I really need people to understand what I'm getting ready to say, and you know, I might even put myself on the line with this here. I think that everybody does a little telling, and let me elaborate on what I mean by everybody does telling, snitching, stool pigeon, whatever you want to call it. Based on the Webster dictionary, right? It says snitching is one who gives information to someone who does not know.
Okay.
Right. Are y'all in agreement? Are y'all in agreement?
I agree with that.
You can be telling somebody information that one that doesn't know. Now, I believe that every goddamn American in the whole world gives some type of information to somebody who does not know.
Even if they doing it by purpose.
There is
accident or
different
not.
type of forms of telling. I think that you got dry snitching, loose lip snitching, jailhouse snitching, law-abiding snitching. There's a whole lot of snitching.
Don't forget teaching the snitch.
All that. Sometimes we all give information and we do not know that we are telling. If you ask a person that do not know where the pizza store at, you could be telling him where the pizza store is.
Down the corner.
That's snitching.
The
Turn
pizza store
left.
down and make a right and two rights after that, and it's right there on the corner. Telling. But as black folks, we think that telling is only when you telling the police something. Only when you telling the detective, the police, the ADF, or somebody like that. That's the only telling that we believe as black folks. But as black folks, I believe that when you give somebody information that they do not know, you are telling something.
That
Now, it might not hold the consequences that you want to say or whatever can, you know, and some people might disagree. That's not snitching, that's not telling, that's not snooping. Anytime you give somebody some information that they do not know, is telling.
No.
Listen, if you
Yes
tell
or
a
no?
person, if you machete, excuse me, what time is it?
skin 30.
She just told me what time it is. Telling.
Skin 30.
And sometimes we can play with that stuff as black folks because at the end of the day, we got to learn that We gotta learn it. We gotta learn this. Some type of there's.
It's the fourth.
Excuse me. Do you believe there's good telling and bad telling?
Absolutely.
Sometimes some telling can lead to bad coincidence. Some telling can lead to good coincidence.
Don't get
Good
excited.
consequences. You know what I'm saying? Big time bosses, Machete, Engineer, Philly, Bust a Smile, Philly, because we
Bust a
love
smile,
you.
Philly.
You know what I mean? This is what we do, man. No disrespect, man. No disrespect. We in a no disrespect zone. You know what I mean? I got my man beat Baltimore. You know, he ain't tell me my name, but he riding with his beat Baltimore.
Wait. Lady Hart said it's 10:45. You said this show is 2 hours.
Oh, well, do what we do.
Listen, man, we had some extra topics.
Yeah, we had some extra topics called long stroke, put it in your mouth, and all that type of stuff.
Sock Brothers.
Right.
All right, so we're gonna ask these last two questions. Wait, nobody answered this one.
No, nobody really answered this one, but let's get a different one.
For the DB?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like that one.
He said nobody like that.
Because I picked it by accident.
Would you go to a swing party and would you perform in it? They're all dirty. Hey, problem. You wouldn't perform at a swing party?
What the fuck is this?
You know what?
You don't know what a swing party is?
Everything that we asked you, like, what the fuck is this?
I took the mic from Problem.
All right, so time out.
All right, so
This is a
out of
kinky
pocket.
ass.
Would you perform at a swing party and would you go to one?
Yeah. I swing at your swing party, and I perform at your party.
What your
Chetty.
name is?
Chetty.
I mean, K9.
You
Chetty.
said that earlier.
Yeah.
Would you perform at a swing party and would you go to one?
Yeah.
Do you know what a swing party
A
is?
swing party is when it's different couples, you feel me, and they swing. You feel me? They want to interact with other couples.
This
I'm
one.
saying that girl you call your wife is sucking another nigga dick.
So what? Because his
Listen, yo, but listen,
Evidently, he okay with it because they at a swing
But
party.
time out.
yeah,
Listen.
because he gonna sling his bitch over there, so she gonna suck a dick.
But time out.
Make sure you understand.
But time out.
This
Listen.
nigga think he's supposed to go in there
If
and
you
everybody
listen-
suck his dick, and this girl just
No.
No, but if you listen.
Excuse me. What's good for the goose is good for the gander,
But-
my nigga.
Listen,
But time out. If you listen,
Oh,
though,
listen.
it says, would you occupy?
if she swing that broad over there,
Would you go to a swing
Listen,
party
it
and
say-
would you?
It say, would you go to a swing party? It don't say with your wife or with your.
no.
significant
First,
other.
if you go to a swing party,
See,
you can
you
swing.
can go with a random
Look,
bitch that
you
you
can-
got.
You can swing that
Listen.
bitch over there, and he
Listen.
can swing his bitch over there.
Yeah, you sling your bitch over
And listen to
there.
what
That
I
nigga
just
ain't
Your
swinging
bitch
a
over
bitch
there.
no way.
I sling my little hoe over there.
He ain't got no hold to sling, nigga.
Oh, damn.
I played the fifth one.
Then you got some people. Listen, I'm gonna sling my broad over there. She gonna sling her broad. Whatever the fuck he do to my broad, I'm gonna do to you.
See?
10
They
times.
understand.
10 times worse.
Right, Philly.
We're gonna have some fun.
I did not co-sign on none of the bullshit for this show.
If you gotta eat his ham up over there, you be damn sure that bitch he single is gonna eat
Excuse
his
me.
ham up.
I walk on both sides of the street, my brother.
No, but listen, what I'm saying. Listen, if we got to swing each other, if I gotta sling my broad to you and to sling it on, listen here, I'm trying to and just make sure she ain't on the rug, bro.
All right.
Just make sure she ain't on the red carpet.
Make sure she good.
How about the me?
Make sure she ain't on
Get
the
out
red
my cup.
carpet. Make sure.
Why y'all keep putting your hand in my cup? All right. This is the last question and we out of here.
Okay, baby.
All right. Oh, that was the last question. Okay, so here we go. That was the swing party question. Everybody answer that question. Wait, no. Therapy. You didn't answer. You're going to giggle.
If you swing her over here, she gonna have extra spit on that thing.
Oh, now you know where the swing party is.
Because that's all you had to do was scoop. That's I kill like I'm listening. That's over. That is
Swing party only depends on your relationship. If your relationship is not tight enough, you shouldn't swing. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. You want it in a swing party, dog.
Why you ain't
Whatever
answer
do
this
to a
question?
girl-
But you know
Ask
it's
this
couples
question.
out there that do that.
But
Nowadays it's
Oh, he
females
was asking.
and people that live together as baby moms and all that do whatever they want.
Listen, if your baby mom wants somebody to donkey dick her while you, it's up to you. That's swinging, cuz.
Wait. You
Technically,
say
it's
if
up
the
to
baby
her.
mom wants you to do what?
It's up to her.
My girl had to do it because his girl and he won.
No. If you donkey dick my bitch, you be goddamn sure we gonna donkey dick your bitch. Nigga.
So you
Fuck
understand
you.
the point of
No,
swinging.
we gonna put this
If you
whole.
don't understand
Listen,
the point of swinging,
that coochie gonna be the size of this cup, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga. You fuck my bitch, I'm gonna put.
We gonna do that
cock gonna be
thing
the-
dirty.
That cock gonna be the size of this cup, nigga. Look at this cup.
listen, we from the same family, so you already understand.
Right. So you better
No,
realize.
Excuse me. So,
Machete,
right,
machete.
he
Hold
pulled-
on, machete. Let me see.
Wait,
something.
hold on. He pulled the question out the cup and he gonna fold the question up and not ask it. That's some bitch ass movies on my in my eyes.
Mr. Swinger.
So he gonna be the first to
He don't
answer
want
this
nobody fucking
motherfucking
his
question.
He don't
It ain't
want
had
nobody
nothing about
his bitch.
fucking his bitch.
She a whore.
The question said, "Have you ever tasted your own cum?" This motherfucker
No.
folded the question up.
What?
No, I did not taste my own cum. That's more of a female question.
How is that more a female question?
Because I feel as though every female after they play with their pussy, they lick their fingers. Shit, that's more of a female
That's a-
question right
no,
now.
that's-
How is that a female question?
No, that's a broad that like snowballs. That's a motherfucker who like a snowball.
What the fuck is a snowball?
A motherfucker, if he nut all in your mouth, and if you got the gargle and shit, you want to kiss the nigga. Not us. We don't eat snowballs.
He said snowballs.
If I bust in your mouth,
Hey,
you
yo,
better
problem.
swallow this shit. Swallow every motherfucking drop because you ain't kissing me. And go in there and fucking gargle that motherfucking scoop.
So y'all would have lost at Battle of the
You
Sexes.
mean we wouldn't have lost nothing?
Yes, you would.
We just
You
would have fucking
lost.
lost. Cause I ain't
Fuck
You
it, we taking that out on the
I'll be
check.
damned if I'm trying to get a
All y'all lost.
Hold on.
All right, listen.
Hold on, machete.
Y'all lost.
No.
No, y'all
Listen,
lost. Fuck
it-
out of here. Y'all lost.
Listen,
All right, so listen.
hold
We
on,
about
on
to
the
shine
check.
out. Hey, hi. This is hanging with Pierre.
you ain't gonna eat
Hanging
my
with the
cum. You ain't
PRO.
gonna eat my cum and
This
give it
is
back.
hanging with. This is Machete and hanging with the PRO. Tonight, I have big time bosses and our favorite, always here every week, Major.
Hey, Major.
Listen,
Yeah, what's up
we
with you,
did the
bro?
damn thing, and big time bosses don't need to come back to the next battle of the sexes
You
because they
better believe
already lost.
No, the fuck we don't.
Right here on Hanging with the PRO with Machete. No, because you just lost with your last answer. Fuck out of here. You lost. You lost. Bottom line, you lost.
I want my cum in somebody else's mouth,
You
not mine.
lost. You lost. If a woman is willing to fuck you, suck you after she done fucked you, and then screw the next woman while she fucking you,
Right.
and you can't lick your own cum out her pussy after you nut, she won, you lost. Bottom line, this is Machete and is hanging with
Right.
the PRO, and we see you next week.
Big time bosses.
Same bat time,
Right.
same bat channel, right here on A Radio.
Hey, radio it is. Yo, you bitch. You gonna tell a motherfucker they gotta eat their own cum.
Excuse me. Like I